Welcome to this week's episode of 60 Seconds with the Superintendent. Well, in our classrooms, the chairs are still stacked and we're not ready to open up the building for students yet, but we are ready for Remote Learning 2.0. Let's continue to look at how this is being implemented at our secondary schools this week.
Good morning, everybody.
I think the biggest thing is just seeing teachers again.
Morning, how are you?
I think kids really do enjoy being in school. They really do enjoy being in school with their peers and seeing each other. And when I logged on to my first Google Meet, like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised that they were all muted. They self-muted themselves, and I hadn't even met them yet, which was great.
There's definitely some things that...
And they were quiet at first. I think they were trying to figure out how this whole virtual learning worked. But as the time went on, they got more comfortable. They started sharing more, and they started smiling more, and you could tell that they were engaged and they were ready to go. I think the routine for students is critical. It's really up to us to help them set their routine. So reminding them to get up in a decent amount of time and to eat a good breakfast, to drink water throughout the day, and to write in their planners everything like they normally would here if they were in school.
Let's go over to our daily agenda.
So within the first week, students have done a great job of showing up on time and knowing exactly how to behave in a virtual setting. And so that was really nice to see. They seem like they're very comfortable already. A lot of them already knew how to use the features with chat and raising their hand and thumbs up. And the ones who weren't still seem to be able to ask questions. So I'm confident that students will be okay with this format as we move forward with it.
Good morning.
That's a good question. How do you continue to build a reading culture and make sure that students are engaging on their own? And I think part of it is the enthusiasm that you have has to come through to the students, not just in live meets, but in the assignments that you have, in the book talks that you give. You also have to give them ways to access the material. So they can't just now come and pick a book out of my classroom library or go to our media center and take a book out. And so we've been gathering resources of how students can find things electronically.
So we're looking to open the daily agenda.
But also it's still giving time for kids to read and making sure that they set aside part of their independent work time for reading and for being engaged in something that they care about.
I always want my students to leave my classroom being a good person. If they know how to treat people with kindness and respect, I think that's most important. So not losing those important social skills that they might not get fully being in a remote environment. I think it's important to hit on those while also making sure we cover the standards and that they're learning so they don't have those gaps. But it's a learning curve for everybody, and I think the kids realize that, and I think that they're on board and making the best of the situation.
So by the time you watch this episode, we'll already be 1 week into Remote Learning 2.0. And although I'm sure there's been a few bumps in the road, we've had a great start. Your feedback has been so appreciative and supportive, and we look forward to the weeks to come. A special shout out and thanks to all of our teachers and all of their hard work to make this a reality. As always, thanks for watching, and go make it a great Mustang week.